Hello, welcome to the Two Chicks Homestead podcast. We are the two chicks. Yay!
Hi, I'm Nate.
And I'm Erin, and we talk about homesteading and living on a small piece of land.
All right, everyone, welcome to episode 98, May 29th,
Yep.
2024.
May is just about over.
I know, and we almost forgot this episode.
Yeah.
Too busy cleaning the garage.
Yep.
Little one comes out and says, can I have ice, or can I have, and you kind of remember that we needed to get her some ice cream.
Yep, they have ice cream when we're recording.
Yep.
Because
So
it keeps them out of our hair.
exactly, and it works.
Yeah.
So she wanted her ice cream, and it's nice out. So the little one doesn't forget things.
Especially ice cream.
So, but yeah, we almost forgot. So, getting ready to process some rabbits next weekend.
Yep, it feels like it's been a long time.
I know, but I think I'm done with them.
No, but I mean, it feels like a long time since we have
Yeah.
processed a bunch of rabbits.
Oh yeah, and it's, I don't know, it's going to be a long day if we do them all in one shot.
Yeah, we may be splitting it.
So,
That reminds me I need to make room in the freezer.
yeah, I think there's 18.
Oh, gosh. Although, I want to try and debone some of them this time.
Right. So, but 3 of them may be going off to a new home.
Yeah.
So Amy from the Farmer's Kind of Life already got her rabbits, but somebody messaged us and is interested in a set, and they're actually going to come up this weekend and help process. So we'll set those guys aside, and then I'll let them go a little bit longer, kind of help the people out while they get set up, get their cages in, get their hutch built. Since we got the rabbits,
Yeah.
I'm fine feeding them for, another month or so.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be too bad. So.
But yeah, there's a lot of things that I want to make with deboned rabbit.
Mm-hmm.
So the only way to get better is to practice.
Exactly. And that's half the fun of it.
Mm-hmm.
So. But yeah, I'm excited because it has been a long time since I've actually processed a couple of rabbits.
Yeah. I mean, it's like a long time.
Like, I think it's probably been a year.
Probably.
Minus the one we did during an event. But
right.
even I had to remember, it's like, what are the steps that I need to do?
Yeah, well, that's like every time we used to do meat chickens, it was like,
Yeah.
The first couple, it's like, what am I doing? And then all of a sudden, it's like, oh, yeah.
Yeah. And then your list lives permanently out in the garage, on the door. So it's in a clear plastic bag, written down, and it just hangs on the doors. Whenever we need it, we just grab it.
Yep.
So.
I mean, we may need it. I don't know if we're doing the whole shebang with these layers, or if we're going to try skinning, or if we're just trying to get the breast and the yolks.
I would say let's see what they look like when we do one of them.
Yeah. I mean, even if they're small, I mean,
it's something.
Still use it.
Yeah.
I mean, it'll be like a tenderloin or something. I don't know.
Exactly. So, speaking of chickens, we had a bully last week.
Yes, and I never did put this video in the Telegram chat because, I don't know. It was funny, but then I felt bad thinking it was funny.
That was hilarious.
But, I don't know.
So, we had to explain to the girls what running around like a chicken with your head cut off means. So we had a bully, and I mean, this is a hen that was clearly pecking everybody.
She was crowing.
Yes. And
mounting.
Mm-hmm.
And like doing the whole thing, biting the back of the neck.
Yep.
Picking
at eyeballs.
Whatever a rooster does.
Right.
And it's been a while, and it's like every so often I'd be like, what is that noise? And I'd look over and I'd see her doing the whole like neck thing.
Yeah.
And it wasn't super loud.
Yeah, it's like the Cornish crosses when they're 8 weeks trying to start crowing.
But when I have the window open, it'd be like, what? It sounds like a muffled rooster. And then now she's out there trying to do her thing, and it's like, okay.
Yeah.
And it's just been slowly, she's been getting
more moody.
Yeah.
So we're all outside. I was on vacation last week. The staycation. We got some stuff done, which we'll give more on that. But you see it, and you're like, I see which one it is. I'm like, okay. let's take care of it, because I'm out here.
Yeah.
I can handle it. And we're in the run for probably like, I don't know, a good 15 minutes trying to get this thing out.
Yeah.
And if you've ever seen how our chicken coop is set up.
It's a nice setup for the chickens.
Yes.
Not necessarily for us.
There's a lot of hiding spots, especially underneath the coop, where you can't get them if they go underneath the coop. So we had one of the girls on the end banging on the screen to get it to come out, and I'm standing by the door, and it's the only, there's 2 or 3 of them in there, and I got the big fish net that we use.
Or chicken catching net.
And I almost caught it, and then finally we let it out, and if you've ever seen the outside run that we have, it's like 4 feet tall, maybe a little bit under, and it's got 550 paracord strung across the top of it. So I'm hunched down, almost on my knees, crawling around in the run, trying to catch this chicken, and finally get it. And we decided to take it to the hopper popper and take care of it. Well, in the process,
our neighbor has since come over.
Yes, the neighbor walks up. I finally get my hands on it, and he's...
Well, because we'd said, we'll let it out in Craig's yard, ha ha ha, let it run around.
Yeah.
And right away he's like, yeah, just let it out in my yard. It's like, well, we were going to anyway.
Yep. So he finally talked you into it and said, yes, it is a legit thing.
I knew that. No, I knew that.
So I proceed to call the chicken, and I toss it into his yard, and sure as shit, for about 30 seconds, it's running around the yard.
And it never like got on its feet though. Like it was mostly flapping and just like
it ran a good distance, probably 40, 50 feet.
I don't know.
Kind of in circles, flopped around a little bit. And the girls are out there. They're standing on the neighbor's deck because they didn't want to get sprayed with blood. Because the neighbor told the horror story of his little sister getting chased by a chicken and getting covered in blood. So, yeah, they were... it was a nice little revenge for the hens.
Yes, yeah.
So,
yeah, because you could tell right away that they were just like...
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Everybody could relax.
The next day, it looked like there was a weight taken off their shoulders.
Yeah.
They were super chill, no running around like crazy. And, of course, I decided to take the head and throw the head back in the run. And the rest of the chickens kind of all pecked at it and tried to eat a little bit of it. I didn't see where it went from there. But, yeah, it was quite entertaining, to be honest.
Yeah.
So, and then we took that hen and we fed it to the fish that are in the pond.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I think we were in the middle of tilling.
Yeah.
So it was like, I do not want to process this chicken. Let's just feed it to the fish.
Yep. Feed it to the fish. There's no coyotes.
Yeah.
I have not seen or heard a coyote in like 6 months.
You can tell because the chipmunks and squirrels have like multiplied.
Yeah. So.
I kind of miss the coyotes.
Yeah. But I mean,
a little bit.
Really, I think they've thinned themselves out because I only shot one back there.
Yeah.
But I saw one on the cameras, or 2 on the cameras, and one was living way, way out back, and then the other one was in the kind of the little wooded area that we call the Little Woods.
Yeah.
But he's since moved out because we see the deer.
Yeah.
Now. So there's like 4 or 5 deer walking around out back, which is nice.
Yeah.
I'd like to see the deer.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's definitely noticed that things have changed on the lane.
Yeah.
So you see a lot more critters running around, which is kind of nice.
Yeah.
They can stay back there.
As long as they don't eat my garden.
Exactly. So, well, we can solve that.
Yeah.
But
yeah, we got the garden tilled last week. We use a broad fork, and then we did our new cultivator
garden weasel.
Yeah. I think it's mostly for like weeding, but it worked perfectly.
Yeah.
To kind of make it a little bit smaller.
Yeah, it broke the dirt up more. So you take the big broad fork, and you stick it all the way down, and it goes down real easy. But when you lift it up, you leave like these softball-sized chunks.
Yeah.
And that doesn't really work for you in the garden.
No, it was hard last year to do that.
So it was nice and dry. You and I just worked through it, and we got it done by what, 11?
Yeah, it didn't take us very long. I mean, it was
2-3 hours.
Yeah.
So, we did the big garden, and then you just did the Broad Fork on the other garden.
Yeah, I didn't do too much with the other garden. I didn't weed it as much as normal because it's just going to be pumpkins and sunflowers.
Yep. So that'd be kind of fun.
Yeah.
But we got all the plants in. The cultivator worked great. Mm-hmm. If you follow us on Facebook, we posted a link to it.
I don't know if I did on Facebook. I know I did in the Telegram, but I should.
Well, I'll put it in the show notes just so I remember. But yeah, it worked out great. Mm-hmm. Broad Fork, we got the Broad Fork from Treadlight a couple of years ago.
It was like a Facebook ad.
Yeah. And honestly, I love that thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, that thing is so well built. Wear steel toes when you're doing it, because you can have a mistake.
I did wear my boots, but they're not steel toe, but I wore my boots.
Yeah. And me, I'm out there in flip-flops.
Well, yeah, I mean, I would be wearing my Crocs, but to you got to stand on it sometimes to push it down, and it just hurts your foot after a while.
Yeah. Yep. But I did my flip-flops, and we got a whole bunch of all the weeds out, and then we cut all the weeds down in between the garden and the field. Mm-hmm. So it's looking a little bit better back there.
I did notice that last year when I did the Broad Fork, we had grubs, and at the time I didn't know. I saw the little white, not super little, but like the white worm things, and I didn't realize that's what they were. So I just continued on.
Yeah.
And I told you about it, and you're like, that's not good.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, I'll go back out and till again and take them out. Mm-hmm. Well, by the time I got out there, they had already started to transition or whatever, and so I couldn't find them. And we had so many Japanese beetles that year, covering the raspberry bush. I finally got one of those bags that they get attracted to the scent and fly in and can't fly out, and it was full all the time.
Yeah.
And so then this year, you think we went and got grub stuff.
Yeah.
Because I was just assuming that we'd have grubs again, and there was nothing.
Yeah.
So it's kind of nice that maybe we caught most of them, and they never...
Yeah, I mean, I
don't know.
I would venture to guess we probably caught a couple thousand in that bag.
Yeah.
So...
It was a lot.
I am hoping... I mean, we'll find out sooner or later if it made a dent. Yeah. I don't know when...
I don't remember.
Those Japanese beetles
out. I think they were nearer the end, because I think at some point I just said, fine, the raspberry bush is done. Yeah. I'm just going to leave it alone, because I'd be over there flicking them off the leaves, and at some point it just was like, that's it. It's
and they
near the end anyway.
They were all over the plants too, and just a pain in the butt. So
hopefully that helped.
Yeah. And it seems to help. I don't see the grubs. So.
Yeah, there was nothing in there, which was kind of cool, and we didn't have to use any stuff on it.
Exactly. So, garden's in. Happy about that. We got the rain barrel all hooked up. We got our pump still. You have to order a new nozzle because we broke ours.
The one that I bought that Jack Spirko recommended a couple years ago, one finally broke. We still have one left. Yeah. And it's not available anymore, so I just chose another one.
Yeah, it was an Icarus, and it had the thumb holder or thumb push up.
Were they both Icarus?
Yeah.
Or was that just the middle one? I don't remember.
Both were Icarus.
Okay.
Or Icarus, or whatever it was. Yeah. It's green and black. I remember him mentioning it a couple years ago.
We still have the metal ones that you turn.
I couldn't find that one.
Oh.
So I don't know where that
went. Maybe
went.
they did break.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think we had an issue with that leaking.
Maybe.
Over time. Because we mainly use that for a long time.
Yeah. So we'll see how this one works.
Yeah. And then we'll give a review on that one of these podcasts if we don't break it.
Yeah. Yeah. We're not super gentle with our hoses.
No. But yeah, vacation went good. I think we got a lot of stuff done. I think we got pretty much everything we wanted to get done.
Yeah, I mean, I think we probably would have done more, but car repairs kind of took a big dent out of the budget.
Yeah.
So stuff kind of got put on hold that we'll eventually get to.
Yeah, I was planning on doing a roof over the chickens and redoing the run. I got another really good idea. We'll see. I want to kind of play with it and see how it's going to work. But yeah, I had to go get the Nissan repaired, and we also found out that the Honda wasn't going to start. So we're going to get no money out of the Honda other than a couple $100 to take it to the junkyard. Well, at least the junkyard came to us and got it. So gave us a couple $100 and called it a day. But yeah, it was an expensive week between the fridge, the car.
Oh yeah, the fridge, yeah.
So.
Yep, it happens.
Mm-hmm. It didn't quite come close to the honeymoon spending week, but it was.
So the honeymoon spending week was I mean, do you remember me even saying when we were in Salem going, wow, we have such and such $1,000 in our savings account. We could live here for such and such many months and not get a job.
Mm-hmm. I remember that. I remember that.
I mean, we were there and it was like, wow. Mm. But
then reality set in.
Yeah, it was like, wait a minute.
I took one look at the gun laws and said, no.
It's a nice place to visit.
Yep. So we do need to get back there sometime.
So,
without the kids.
I don't know. I think they would enjoy it.
We got to do it without the kids. It's got to be the two of us. Or Savannah. I would go to Savannah.
I like
again.
Savannah.
So, take the girls out to Tybee Island.
Oh, man. Just set that plate of... I got to make low country boil.
I know.
It's not going to be like that, but it's still pretty good.
That sounds good. All right, I'm hungry.
Where are we going with this? So, yeah, it was expensive, but we'll get the stuff done eventually.
Yeah. So if we get a roof over the chickens, they have one right now.
They definitely need a new one before winter.
Yeah.
Because in the early spring, it was like dripping through that. So
we'll get a new one for them. Redo the run. I have an idea with netting and conduit. So, like metal conduit. I've seen a few people do that.
Yeah, because like you were saying, I mean, it would be nice to be able to walk in there a little bit more and not be hunched over. Right.
So at least you can go in there and get things cleaned out if you had to. Or walk in and give them treats.
Well, yeah. And just be able to be in there a little bit more. Mm-hmm. And, hand them treats and not be just stuck on the outside.
Exactly. So we'll figure it out.
Yep. But speaking of money, we did a little trip that didn't cost us any money, and that was to the Hamilton collection.
Yep. This is the first time you went.
Yep.
Now, I enjoyed it. I know the oldest enjoyed it.
Yeah.
The youngest...
I mean, I think she had expectations, and then those things weren't there.
Exactly.
And so it's, one of those things where we can go again.
Yep. She didn't get to see the limo.
Yeah.
With the purple windows.
Yeah.
So she's kind of bummed about that.
And then the diamond one or something.
Yes. The McLaren Senna with the diamonds in the paint job. That wasn't there. But it's summertime.
Yeah.
And the cars are being driven. And they're being used. Yeah. So... 100% get it.
I'm with her where it was neat to see them, but once you guys started talking about engines, my eyes glaze over. Mm-hmm. So it was neat. I expected it to be bigger, even though that's like a lot of money.
The garage is huge.
It is, but I don't know why I thought it would be like. I don't know. I don't know what I expected.
Yeah. So the newest one that we got to check out was a Koenigsegg Regera, which holds the record for 0 to 250 mile an hour.
The purple one that was facing the other way, or the gray one?
That's the gray one.
That exploded.
Yeah, the gray one that explodes open.
And we say explode, but that means like the doors come out and the engine and the front pop open.
Yep. So if you're familiar with Koenigsegg's, you'll know what I mean by what we mean it explodes. But you press a button on the remote, the doors open, the rear opens, the front opens, and it's cool.
It's like a
it's a flex.
Transformer type thing, yeah.
It's 100% flex.
Yeah.
But that car holds the record for 0 to 250 to 0. I don't know if it still holds that, based off of the other car that he had.
Yeah.
But he had a purple one there that's a Rimac Navara, I think is how you say it. It's the same company. They're under Bugatti, but it's a 100% electric car. Really cool to see. 100% soulless. I'd rather have the Koenigsegg.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. The only thing I took a video of was a cicada, so.
Yeah. Yeah.
I found one cicada in the parking lot in a tree, and I recorded it screaming.
Yep. So, but that was, you did have to do a double take on the Cadillac when they pulled up, because he was running a few minutes late.
Yeah.
So, the Cadillac, it's a Cadillac V, like Suburban, the big one, Escalade.
It's like if the FBI was following you, basically, it looks like that.
So it's the Suburban with the performance package in it. It's like a $180,000 SUV. It's cool to see, but you see him come flying into the parking lot.
And of course I'm thinking, wow, what an asshole. There's kids here and they're flying through the parking lot.
So they come flying in the parking lot, they pull a U-turn and they start backing up, and you see the license plate. And it's THC BBC. So you kind of did a double take on it, and I'm like, yeah, maybe. So the joke is THC BBC. I mean, everybody knows that it's a big black Cadillac, but the license plate is actually the Hamilton Collection big black Cadillac.
Yeah.
So,
or a few other options.
Yes. Enter your own. So, but yeah, he's got it's a fun place to go with the kids. So, if you're ever in the area and you're going to be here a couple weeks ahead of time, sign up for it.
Yeah, and it's free, which is really cool.
Yeah.
And, I mean, they got to sit in whatever one they wanted.
Yes. So, the Rimac, just to give you guys an idea, if you have ever been to a car show, it's clearly don't touch the cars. That's how it's always been for you and me.
Yep.
Don't go near them, don't breathe on them, don't touch them, whatever. Here at the Hamilton Collection, their motto is driven to give back. They want anybody to show up, sit in the cars, start the cars. You can rent the cars.
That's not free. But,
no, that's not free, but how many places do you know that you can go rent a Rimac or a Koenigsegg?
The one, I mean, even had like bug, stuff from driving.
Oh, yeah.
So it was kind of like relaxed.
Yeah. They are semi-detailed every once in a while.
No, I'm sure.
But
they don't want dirt all over the inside.
Right. It's just nice to see because the oldest got to start one of the cars, like a $2 million McLaren Senna. She got to start that. Sat in it, started it up, blew her mind. This time, she got to sit in any car she wanted to. So the Rimac's like $2.5 million brand new. The Koenigsegg Regera, I think they said was like $3.2 million. This is a lot of money.
Yeah.
And no problem. Let the kids sit on them. Mm-hmm. Check them out. Take pictures. Have fun. If you want to get in the car, you get in the car.
Yeah. So,
I mean, amazingly, I fit in the Rimac and the Koenigsegg. And I don't fit in supercars. I've tried sitting in a couple. I don't fit. So, but yeah, it was I think the oldest had fun. The youngest, we'll see next time.
Yeah.
So we'll probably go in the fall.
Yep.
When they start bringing the cars all back. So see how that goes. But yeah,
It was a nice little outing.
It was a fun week. I had fun.
Yeah.
It's the first vacation of the year. The second one will be July, probably.
Yeah.
So that's usually what I do. I'll figure out what week take that off, and we'll hopefully get our projects done.
Yep.
So not that many left, which I'm happy.
Yeah.
So you got anything else?
I think that's it.
All right. We will see you guys next time.
All right. See you on the homestead, where something is always growing, eating, or cooking.